This is the Evil Never Dies podcast with Brett and Carl. This podcast may contain adult themes, violence, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to episode 291 of the Evil Never Dies podcast. I'm Brett here with Carl. What's going on, man?
You know what's going on. It's a shitty day.
Yeah. Just wanted to thank all the 9 viewers for last week's episode.
Yeah, that's sort of why I don't even want to do the show tonight. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, fuck. I don't know what went on with that.
I don't know either, but
So,
yeah, fuck it.
oh, well, what are you going to do?
Go from 550 to whatever. Fuck,
Uh,
I don't know, man.
uh,
We're gonna do a movie tonight, which everybody seems to like, and it's right there, Frankenstein, the original,
the original, we're going back.
which,
We haven't done a Universal film in a while,
well,
so.
this is not a good one for me to do because I am not an expert on the Universal Frankenstein movies at all. I don't know much about them. I never have.
Okay.
That just was a little out of my time, I guess. We've talked about the Universal movies before, but the original Frankenstein is not something I'm an expert on. So we'll see how this goes. I'll give my input at least.
What'd you say you got the DVD of it and that's it?
I have a pack that has all the Frankenstein movies, including that stupid fucking Abbott and Costello Frankenstein.
Is it the Blu-ray or the DVD?
It's a shitty copy.
Oh
And I
yeah.
went to Movie Trading Company hoping to get at least a decent copy of it, and I did not find it. And you told me it was on Peacock by the time I was halfway through watching it again. So I will not be able to do a Blu-ray or a DVD or a 4K review, or you're going to have to do all of that as far as how it looked in 4K tonight.
It actually looked pretty good, actually. It was still like in the letterbox
Yeah,
format,
that's
but
what they were filmed in.
yeah, but it was really clear. So for being a black and white movie.
Well, I tried. I thought I'd be able to get a good copy of it, and I did not. It didn't work.
Well, I was looking on Walmart and they got it's probably the same disc, but it's in Blu-ray format.
Yeah.
They had a special that came out back in like 2016.
Well, there's a 4K of this thing out now, and it's
Yeah, the Steel Book. Yeah, I seen that.
I would have bought it, but motherfucking Walmart nowhere in the Dallas Fort Worth area apparently has it in stock. You have to ship it. And
Oh
I'm not a
yeah.
member of Walmart Plus, and they charge like fucking $8 to ship shit.
Oh really? Huh.
You just glitched over there.
I glitched.
Yeah, the screen glitched.
Oh, well, shit. I
I
don't.
got my cool cup at least tonight. That cheers me up some. Can you see it on the thing? There you go, right there.
Oh yeah. Where'd you get that at?
Tom Thumb,
Oh,
my favorite grocery store.
they got the best meat, man.
Well, we get the best bargains from there, man. Today they had the waters two buy two get two free. So
Hmm. Can't
and I
beat that.
forgot there's a Frankenstein up here on the Ouija board.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
let's get into
All
Frankenstein.
right. Frankenstein from 1931.
It was a short movie,
Yep. It's only
an hour and 10 minutes, I think.
yep, 70 minutes long. Directed by James Whale. And this was actually his first horror film. He
Well, there wasn't many films, period, in 1931, so I don't guess that's too surprising.
but he was more known for directing like war movies and stuff like that, and he wanted to get away from that and get into a different Yep, there he is.
There's another Frankenstein. We'll try to put some light on him.
All right, screenplay by Garrett Fort, Francis Edward Farrago, and uncredited Robert Flory and John Russell. Story by Richard Shayer, based on the 1818 novel Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley.
And I have never read that novel, so I
Me
probably
neither.
should have in my life, but I never have.
And
So
she was only 19 years old when she wrote that.
I've seen the movie about her.
Yeah, and also it was semi based on there's a 1927 play that they did. So produced by Carl Lammel Jr. He was like one of the big wigs at Universal Studios. Big producer
Yeah.
of the time. And actually, with the big success they had from Dracula with Bela Lugosi, he decided that he was going to do a run on horror movies. So,
Yeah, the Lugosi Dracula did come out before and it was very successful. And I think this made Frankenstein a bigger budgeted event than it would have been.
yeah, Bela Lugosi was wanted to actually play Dr. Frankenstein,
I'm
that
glad he didn't.
but that producer wanted him to be the monster.
And he did not want to be the monster.
He
I
did
remember
not want to,
that.
yeah, he didn't want to be the monster. So he
I mean, I
declined.
love Lugosi and Karloff together, but I think it would have totally ruined this movie if Lugosi played
Yeah,
Henry Frankenstein. I
yeah.
don't know why they call him Henry in this. That is, it's always been Victor Frankenstein from the novel
They
on, but
said to try to make him more desirable to the audience,
well,
not
they
have such a freaky name like Victor.
Victor is a freaky name.
I guess, yeah.
Well,
So,
I think that yeah, that's one of my biggest objections of the movie is they changed his name, so I didn't like that.
all right, cinematography by Arthur Edison, and cinematography was really good for a movie of
Oh, it was
back
fucking
then.
phenomenal for the time.
Yeah. Edited by Clarence Colster and Maurice Pivar. Production company, of course, is Universal Pictures. Distributed by Universal Pictures. Released on November 21st, 1931. Like we said, has a running time of 70 minutes. Country of origin, United States. English language. Budget was $262,000.07.
And 7 cents.
That's funny. And $12 million it's made at the box office as of April 13th of 2012.
Pretty impressive.
Yep. Which was what was that? 2012 would have made it what? 80 years old, 81 years old.
80, yeah.
All right, that's the stats. Why don't you go ahead and give us the plot, Carl?
Okay, so the movie starts out uh, with a funeral. There's some dead dude there. I guess it was a dude. Look, since they used the body later. But we see a hunchback in the background who's wanting to go get the body, and there's a man we turns out to be Dr. Frankenstein. I guess he's a doctor in this. I don't think they refer him to such. And they're watching the funeral, so then we have to sit through the whole scene where they bury the guy just to have we'll call him the hunchback. He's not Igor or Igor in this one. And Frankenstein, the doctor, reportedly, Henry Frankenstein, dig up this body and take it with them. So, got grave digging going on, grave robbing. As they go, they find some guy that's hung. The hunchback cuts him down, and Henry says, "Oh, his brain's destroyed. We can't use it." So, fast forward to a medical college. I guess they called them back then.
Yeah.
They got a Bucky skeleton in there, which was used for medical studies before they became haunted house favorites. Um, So the hunchback is watching through the window. After everybody leaves, makes his way down, we have a brain that is normal brain and abnormal brain.
Abnormal.
Yeah. So the hunchback breaks the jar and destroys the normal brain. So he takes the abnormal brain with him and heads off to Henry Frankenstein. And there's a creature that he's made, and they put the brain in him, and that is the plot of the original Frankenstein.
Now I got a question. If they would have
Sure.
actually put the normal brain in there, how do you think he would have acted?
I think he would have acted fine.
But
They
that,
said this abnormal guy was a killer and a murderer, so
yeah,
he seemed like he was mentally challenged, perhaps, the way he acts as the creature.
exactly.
Hey, I just realized my skeleton ain't on. What's up with that?
Oh no. I got my new skeleton.
I see him,
He's giving everybody the finger.
but you
He,
couldn't get his lights
he,
to work, huh?
he's nah, he's pissed about 9 views from last week's episode.
I see that. Yeah, we can't get that guy's eyes to work. I got him to work last year. I had some batteries in him and electric taped it in, but when I got him back out this year, he didn't work.
Yeah. He's got some screws loose for
He
sure.
does have some screws
I
loose,
could
but
probably fix with it. I just don't, we got too much other shit going on right now.
the funny part of the story is I had a warranty on him since I bought him broke, and they paid me off $50.
Yeah,
So I got that gift certificate right now.
yeah.
So what might happen with that
I
$50?
don't I don't know.
Back to Frankenstein, which is poetic.
All right, let's go over the cast here. First off, we got Colin Clive as Henry Frankenstein.
And he played a phenomenal role. If that had been Lugosi, it would have ruined the whole movie.
Yep.
It would
Yep.
have ruined the whole movie.
Next, we got Mae Clark as Elizabeth Lavenza, Henry's fiance. John Bowles as Victor Moritz, Henry's friend. Next off, we got Boris Karloff as
Well,
in the opening
actually,
credits. In the opening credits,
it has question mark.
there's a question mark, and he's not actually credited as the monster till the ending credits. So next off, we got Edward Van Sloan as Dr. Waldman. Frederick Coeur here as
Bye.
oh,
Bye.
it's a little
Hey,
one
guess what?
there.
I'm really proud of Scarlett. She just watched Frankenstein with me and she enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
She was fascinated by the scene where the girl drowned and wanted to watch it again.
Oh,
Okay,
spoiler alert.
well,
Never
that's
seen
not really.
Frankenstein.
If you haven't seen it since 1931, then fuck, I don't know. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that word in front of Scarlett. I apologize, Scarlett. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I try not
Uh,
to cuss in front of her. I feel like an idiot now.
all
But
right.
she did enjoy the movie a lot.
Well,
She
good.
loves the old black and white movies.
Awesome. I had to wait last night when I was over for Juliet's birthday. I had to wait for her to go to bed before I could watch it. So didn't want no nightmares on her birthday night. So
Yeah,
yeah.
happy birthday to Juliet. I meant to
Yep, she's a
text you that.
big 6 years old now, and uh she's a big Minecraft fan, plays Minecraft. She's got
Yeah.
everything Minecraft, and she got all kinds of new Minecraft stuff. And she got to go to some play park today. They had bumper cars and all kinds of stuff. They wouldn't let them go on the zip lines though because they were too little. You needed to be 42 inches. She was pissed.
Oh no.
She wanted to go on them zip lines, but she had fun though. But so yeah. Anyway, all right.
Back to Frankenstein.
Back to Frankenstein. Sorry about that, folks. Dwight Fry as Fritz, Henry's assistant. I guess that's the hunchback guy.
Yeah,
His
that's
name is
Fritz. That's his
Fritz.
name.
Lionel
Not Igor.
Belmore. Yeah. Lionel Belmore as Herr Vogel. I guess he was like the what do we call the Burgermeister.
Yes, he was.
Marilyn Harris as little Maria, the little girl that Carl just drowned.
Yeah.
So
Scarlett was fascinated by that scene. She really was. I think she's trying to figure out if Frankenstein really meant to do that or if it was an accident. So,
I
and you
believe
really can't tell.
I believe it was an accident. I think he was trying to play with her, but
That's what she thought. Yeah.
that's what I've always thought.
Well,
So
that was Scarlett's theory as
and that
well.
scene was originally cut out. It,
Yeah.
that wasn't put in until they redid it on VHS or whenever that was.
Whenever that was.
And Michael Clark is Ludwig, Maria's father, and Francis Ford is Hans, uncredited. And that is the cast for Frankenstein from 1931. What are you looking up there, Carl?
Just looking some stuff up on it.
I see.
Like I
But
said,
yeah,
this is not my movie that I'm not very knowledgeable about Frankenstein. So I feel sort of like I don't even belong on the show this week.
oh, they had all kinds of problems with censors for this movie. Just because of a lot of the lines that were
Yeah,
said.
the I feel like I
Yeah,
am God now, whatever line that was.
yeah. And the state of Kansas requested the cutting of 32 scenes.
I think I just wouldn't have released it in
Well,
Kansas.
yeah, well, that would have cut
Universal.
half the film off.
Yeah.
It was only an hour and 10 minutes to begin with. So, yeah.
Look, this week you can see my Lugosi picture there. Pretty good.
Oh, yes.
Lots of Universal going on here.
I like the old Universal stuff. Oh, what was I was trying to look up here
The cuts, you said.
yeah, there's a bunch of different, yeah, the home media. Yeah, it wasn't released on home VHS until 1986, so uh that's crazy that they waited that long.
It is.
What else? Yeah, that's when they put up. It was the original film that wasn't censored.
Yeah.
And then they started releasing all these classic monster collection. They released one like every 5 years, it seems like. Uh, and Walmart put a special one out of just Frankenstein, and it has a glow in the dark cover. I wish I could find that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And
Especially
let's
since
see
we got
here.
black lights the galore around here right now.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if that's this. I wonder if that's the cover for that. Can you see
Could have
that?
been. Yeah, I can see it.
I wonder if that's the cover for that glow in the dark one because that one sort of
Show it
looks.
again. It as soon as yeah. Wait a minute, because now it's showing me. I'm gonna shut up. Now you can show it.
Can you see it now? Can everybody see it? Carl's shaking his head. Uh, yeah, I like that version of the.
I've always loved
Uh,
your pictures you got there of Lugosi and Karloff.
yeah, I like them. I just printed them at the Walmart, man.
That's pretty cool.
Black and white didn't make no difference. Shit. Yeah, but now they got the when was it released for the 90th anniversary? They released the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and
That's
four.
what I looked to try to buy today, and I can't find it anywhere in the damn Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex.
They didn't even have a used one at movie trade.
No, no, not of the 4K. Those 4Ks are hard to find, man.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
find one, people don't sell them.
yeah.
They just they don't sell them, man. People hold on to these things.
It's probably a good thing to do that. Who knows? They might be worth something someday.
Well, I did read a little bit about it as far as I guess they had remastered these movies in 4K a few years ago, but they really couldn't put it out. Upscale it up. And this 4K is supposed to really look good. Now, you watched it in 4K on Peacock, so
Yeah,
you said it looked really, and the disc always looked better than streaming.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure that does look good in on the actual disc for sure.
Amazon's got it, but they can't deliver it until next Monday. Go
Where's that?
figure.
How much is it for on there?
20 on Amazon.
Well, that ain't bad for 4K. Shit.
Well, the steel book's almost as cheap at Walmart, but I
Uh,
don't know. It's not a priority right now.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought if I could find it today, but yeah, it didn't work out.
Walmart also released one with all the six Universal. It's probably the same DVD you got, but they just made a 4K of it.
I think so.
It had a cool looking cover, like a steel book cover on it. I was looking at it's only $17 too. Said free shipping on it too, I think, but I'm not no
Yeah, Walmart don't ship nothing for free anymore.
anyway. All right, I guess we'll go over some trivia here.
There's probably some good trivia. Yep.
We got 2 more years, Carl,
Till what?
till the copyright for the monsters makeup
Finally expires,
finally expires.
and then we can finally make flathead Frankenstein movies.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm
Yep.
still pissed at Universal.
End of 2026. So yeah,
I love the first Hammer Frankenstein, but Christopher Lee looks so. We've talked about it before. The makeup was just not good. I just want a flathead Frankenstein movie that's modern that looks good.
yep.
And
That would be
Universal has dropped the ball on this for how many years?
shit almost 100, close to 100.
Well, they had the sequels that were good, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about modern day. Yeah,
Okay.
Herman Munster was the best Frankenstein we had. You know, I just never understood why they didn't do a remake of Frankenstein of the original movie Universal. Hammer did a damn good job with what they had. So,
Yep, yep.
well, maybe 2 years. So I'm gonna have to live 2 years just to get a hold of the makeup, and then I'm gonna make my own Frankenstein movie.
All right. The monster in this film does not physically resemble the character in Mary Shelley's novel.
Not at all, but I
Uh,
don't care.
I don't either. It was Jack P. Pierce's idea that came up with the flat head and the bolts through the neck and the
Yeah, the famous Universal makeup artist that did all the movies.
yeah. Any future Frankenstein film or parody, such as The Munsters, that features any of these physical abnormalities, takes its inspiration from Pierce's. Was the Munsters weren't Universal, were they?
I think they were.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, because I think they're on Peacock, which is Universal shit.
Did Rob Zombie do the Munsters through Universal?
Don't know.
That
I'll look it
that
up.
he had a flat head in that Herman Munster, didn't he? Did he have a flat head?
Yeah. He looked just like Herman Munster. I mean,
Look that up.
I'm looking. Go keep talking.
All right. This was the first film to use the famous Castle Thunder sound effect. The thick soled boots the monster wears are known as hot asphalt boots. They were used by men who had to work with hot asphalt on roads. The soles are specifically designed to resist heat, and they weighed 13 pounds apiece.
Wow. I
So,
remember hearing that before. Yep. Universal Studios produced The Munsters. The film Universal Studios distributed the monsters for Rob Zombie.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's how they got to use the flat head
And
then.
they were a production company of it too. It was called Universal 1440, which is their direct to video label. So yeah, there you go.
All right.
I knew that. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't lying.
A microphone was placed in the coffin used at the funeral at the beginning, the funeral scene at the beginning, to amplify the sound of the grave dirt hitting the lid, which it was loud.
Yeah, it's got a really good soundtrack for being so old. I've finally got my sound bar to work again after a month, and it's loud. Good soundtrack on this thing I got.
All right. According to the film historian Gregory W. Mank, director James Whale was jealous of the attention Boris Karloff's monster was getting during production and took revenge by making uh, the actor carry Colin Clive up the mountain to the mill and take after take, like dozens and dozens of time. And
That's so dumb.
huh?
Why would he be jealous of his own thing?
I don't know. And after about the 12th time, Clive felt badly for Karloff and said, "Hey, can we just use a dummy?" And Whale refused, and Karloff continued to carry him up the hill. And Clive was 6 foot tall and weighed 154 pounds.
Wow.
So he got a workout while he was.
Yeah. That's just weird. I don't know why he'd have been jealous of his own freaking monster. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I can't explain that one.
James Whale had looked for months to try to cast somebody for the monster. And he was in the Universal Studios commissary and saw Boris Karloff and passed him a note saying, "Come do a screen test." And he got it. So that's how Boris Karloff got the job.
Wow. Never knew that.
So yeah, out of the lunchtime at the Universal Commissary. Karloff's makeup took 4 hours each day for Jack Pierce to apply, and the whole costume weighed 48 pounds, and they were filming in the middle of summer. So,
I'm sorry. I keep yawning. It's been a long,
yeah,
long damn day.
yeah, it has for sure. Here we go. The leading character of Mary Shelley's book, Dr. Victor Frankenstein, was renamed Henry because it was decided that Victor would sound too severe and unfriendly to the American audiences at the time.
Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And I'm still mad about that. I don't like it.
Don't like it.
I don't like it. It's going to get at least about a .5 reduction just because of the name change.
Oh, okay. The movie's line, it's alive, was voted as the number 49 movie quote by the American Film Institute out of 100 in the year 2005.
I'm sure some dumb shit beat it out.
Boris Karloff's considered to be a late bloomer in Hollywood. Premiered, did Frankenstein when he was 44 years old.
Well, he had a long ass career, so
Yeah, I know.
he was still making movies like up into the 60s.
Well, he did the Grinch. He was like 70s, I think, when he
I
did
think
the
you're
Grinch.
right. Yeah.
That was in the 60s.
No, I said in the 1960s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 60 years old.
Okay.
Either way, he had a long career after this. So
Let's see here. The method of animating the creature is never discussed in the novel. In the book, Frankenstein narrating refuses to divulge how he did it so no one can recreate his actions, although there are some hints that involves mixing chemicals. However, the use of lightning to resurrect the monster has become the accepted methodology and appears in most every Frankenstein movie since. Frankenstein, The True Story, 1973. and Frankenstein 1994. Wasn't that the one with De Niro?
Yes, I
That
don't
was
like that movie.
that was a piece of shit. If
It
I ever seen
was.
one, that won't ever get fucking reviewed on this podcast. They fucked that movie up. Technically not conceived as a horror movie, since the term horror as a film genre was first used in 1934. They
Hmm.
consider this more of a science fiction film. 1991, Frankenstein was added to the National Film Registry by the United States Library of Congress, so it will forever be around.
I guess. Unless the Library of Congress blows up, I guess.
Well, they got all that shit in that mountain, Iron Mountain or whatever
Oh,
that.
okay. Good. So we'll never lose Frankenstein. Woo.
In a moment of ghoulish humor, when Fritz is stealing the brain, he bumps into a human skeleton. This was a real human skeleton. Film producers found it was faster and cheaper to purchase a real human skeleton from a biological supply house rather than creating an artificial one.
You couldn't go to Home Depot and buy one back then.
No. And that was the same as in Poltergeist. It was cheaper to use real ones. So,
Well, not anymore. You can go to Home Depot and get some good ones for a good price.
yeah, $50. The ones they had this year were only 40 though. That was,
That went down in price. Yeah.
you know, we already covered that. Let's see here. Boris Karloff often referred to the Frankenstein monster as the dear old boy. Like I already said, we already talked about it being banned in Kansas because they wouldn't let them cut out half the movie. So,
I hear it's still banned in Kansas.
is it?
Yeah.
Let's see here. They switched the names. Frankenstein's was Henry in this, while his friend's name was Victor.
Who seems sweet on his fiance.
Yeah, he was always after her. What are commonly called bolts in the neck of the monster are really, in reality, what are they, Carl?
Bolts.
Electrodes. I
Oh,
guess that's where they hook the wires up for him to get shocked from the lightning.
apparently.
Why would you put? I guess they look weird if they're like coming out of the side of his head, though.
Yeah, they
It
would.
would look better on the neck. The set design of the windmill sequence was inspired by a building in Los Angeles that housed a local bakery, Van de Kamp Bakery, which displayed a large windmill as its corporate logo. It was a creepy looking
I was
windmill,
about to say
too.
that. It was a creepy looking set.
Creepy as shit. One thing I did notice, like when they're like climbing the mountain or whatever, and the background of the sky,
Yeah.
you can see the lines that it was made out of paper. You can see them on that 4K.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you get into 4K, it shows everything. So
Yeah, you can
it
tell,
could be a
really tell it.
detriment to some of these older movies.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's fake. So
I am eating candy corn, by the way, so
candy, oh, it's the chocolate ones. So
they're the good ones.
yeah, the chocolate ones are okay.
Formerly known as Indian corn. Now they're called harvest corn.
John Huston wrote an early version of the warning speech given at the start of the film. John Carradine turned down the part of the monster because he considered himself too highly a trained actor to be reduced to playing monsters.
Well, hell, hell, hell. What changed?
Let's see here. Assuming its copyright has not lapsed already, the film and all other produced in 1931 enter the U.S. Yep. So it'll be public domain for sure in 2027, beginning of 2027.
You know, like Winnie the Pooh's public domain now, so they're making all them stupid Winnie the Pooh
Uh,
blood and honey movies.
oh, I know them are dumb too. I couldn't even sit through that first one. I hadn't even tried to watch the second one. So dumb as shit. I don't know who put the front of the money to make that piece of shit, but
And I guess it will not be reviewed on the show.
no, I can't say it will be.
You're blocking a lot
Oh,
of movies here lately.
what's that?
You're blocking a lot of movies here lately.
There's just a lot of shit out there, man. We talked about a lot of this stuff already, man. So,
Yeah.
uh, what's your thoughts on it, Carl?
Um, genius, masterpiece, way ahead of its time. Um, there's nothing you can say bad about this movie. Like I said, my biggest nitpick is the fact they changed his name to Henry instead of Victor. I guess because I watched all the Hammer films as a kid and he was always Victor in those, or
Yeah,
Baron Frankenstein. He wasn't even a Baron in this one, it was his father. So if that's all I can nitpick, that's about it. I mean, I thought the wedding scene was a little drawn out, but you got to realize it's 1931, so they probably had to add some stuff like that back then just to get the movie put out. You know, if it was all gloom and doom, who knows? It might ever got released, might not have got released. So that part was a little, but Universal had that in several of their movies. You know, the whole like celebration stuff and
yeah,
I didn't like the ending. I don't like the fact that Henry well, I don't want to give it away. I didn't like the ending.
yeah. It was sort of
It wasn't a typical
quick and
Universal.
abrupt.
Yeah,
It was very
it wasn't your
abrupt.
typical Universal ending, so I don't want to if you haven't watched this, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, but the ending's not my favorite, so that's about all I can nitpick. Everything else was genius.
I'm trying to think of the first time I actually seen this movie.
I don't remember, man.
I think they meant. I think maybe they brought it back to theaters. Maybe something
Well,
in between then.
here's a
I
story I can tell you. My dad used to be work for Interstate Theaters, and I don't know which one it was, if it was the original or back at the theater or one of the sequels, but he said he led a guy dressed like Frankenstein down the street at the Worth Theater, I think it was. He used to tell me that story all the time. He was a big fan of those Universal monster movies.
oh cool.
But yeah, he was that. My dad only had like three jobs in his life, sort of like me. I think I've had less actually, but one of them was a manager of the Interstate Theater downtown,
Huh.
and he got the. He said I think he was on a chain. He said people were creeped the hell out too.
Really?
So I don't know if that was a brought back to the theater or if it was one of the sequels. So
What year was that?
had
Were
to have
you?
been the 50s, I would think.
Oh, okay. So you weren't even
Oh
thought of
no,
it.
no.
Yeah.
This is before he went into the army, so it
Okay.
might have been he was born in 1934, I think. So
Okay.
cool story. I always
But
thought that
I really don't remember the first time I seen this.
I
Then.
don't know either. I just always knew of the character of Frankenstein or the monster of Frankenstein. Don't know that I did see the movie, you
Yeah,
know.
it was sort of like a myth almost. Like
Yeah, I mean, we always saw the pictures and the flathead Karloff, but I don't know when I saw the movie originally.
I know, man. It's like we're in the fucking Matrix or something.
Scarlett, do you want to give your opinion on the movie?
No.
Do you like it or didn't like it? Where are you going to rank it on the ranks of 1 to 5? A 5.
Oh, she gave it a
Big
5.
job. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm turning
But
her into a old horror movie buff. I could never do that with Madison.
but
So
yeah, I don't remember when I actually first seen this. I'm pretty sure I must have seen it when it first came out on at least VHS,
I
shit.
don't know. I honestly don't. I
Late
probably
80s,
saw
maybe.
the Hammer Frankenstein first. I don't know.
You know what? Probably me too, for sure. Uh, but anyway, since then I've probably seen it 100 times since I've been able to see it.
I think I might have seen the
I
Wolfman
think I
versus
got it on
Frankenstein first.
maybe, yeah.
I can remember that as a kid,
Maybe
but
they
not.
played it like on one of the late night
I don't know if
monster
Universal
shows.
let them. I don't know.
Huh.
It's sort of a, like you said, like a Matrix scenario here.
Yeah, that's
But
weird,
I'm
man.
gonna give this thing.
Can't believe I didn't see it before 1986.
Yeah, I know. But if you want me to give a rating, I'm gonna give it a 4.7.
Okay.
And just like I said, I don't like they changed his name. That really irritates me, even though I wasn't even. I was, it was 100 years ago almost, but it still irritates me. And I thought
Yeah.
that whole wedding thing was a little bit drawn out. Other than that, it's great, but it's not my favorite Universal monster movie. If you watched us back in our first year, it is the Wolfman. That is my favorite.
Yeah.
This would probably be number two, maybe number three. I think I like Frankenstein versus the Wolfman just as well. But this movie is definitely iconic and nothing bad about it except what I just mentioned, and that's just nitpicking.
Well, I gotta agree with you there.
The Wolfman's a 5.
When I watched it today on the or last night, and I skimmed through it again today on the 4K, it's like the cinematography is just awesome for the time. They did a really good job with the camera work on that. And
Better than Dracula with Lugosi by
yeah,
far.
Dracula was really dark. It was a really dark. This was very well lit up, and stuff. You could actually see everything.
You can't.
Dark where it needed to be. But
Well, they said the 4K, it actually darkens up the scenes that were dark that don't look so good on the DVDs and Blu-rays.
so yeah, Karloff did an awesome job as the monster,
He did some good acting, actually.
for a first role.
Lugosi always talks shit about it. Oh, it's just makeup and grunts. Well, he did some good acting, especially the little girl drowning scene, which we've already spoiled.
Some of the most iconic monster sounds are his grunts, that he does.
Yeah, I think that Home Depot Frankenstein has
Ah,
those grunts.
but
That
yeah.
is a Universal official release, by the way.
Oh, it is.
I just don't know that Universal owns the rights to Karloff's face.
Hmm.
Like this mask back here, that Trick or Treat Studios,
Well,
they had it said on there officially licensed by the Karloff estate or some shit.
really.
So I don't know how
Hmm.
that works. They put out a Karloff Frankenstein about 15 years ago. And at the time I was wanting to buy it, but I didn't. And looking back, it looked really dumb. I'll send you a picture of it after the show.
Okay. All
So
right.
what are you giving this thing? Give me a rating.
I'm gonna have to give it I'm gonna go with a 4.8 on it because
What is your only nitpick then?
probably like you said, the
Yeah,
name change.
they should have never
Uh,
changed his name.
the little thing at the beginning, the little talking thing, I think they could have done without that.
Well, you got to realize it's 1931, so
Yeah,
that didn't
yeah, I
bother me.
know. But I think they should have just got right in
Well,
on it.
Scarlett gave it a 5 straight up, so
Yeah.
she outranked us. She left again, but
I could see where the little girl drowning in 1931. I can see where
was
where they would want to cut that out for
yeah.
sure. Probably would have freaked a lot of people out, but
Scarlett keeps coming in and out of the room. She's
yeah,
back again.
I'll give it a 4.8 for sure. So, all right. I guess that's it, man. Unless
That's
you got
it.
anything else.
You got anything else? No.
Still got t-shirts for sale if you want one of them.
Vampire Venom.
Check us out on all the social medias. Hit that like and subscribe.
I need another t-shirt. I keep wearing the one I got and it's starting to rip in the back.
No way, not already.
I need a new one.
Scarlett needs a new one.
Well, we ain't got none that'll fit you. Sorry.
Hey, meanie, she said.
Well, I'm sorry. We don't. They
She
won't
said you
fit.
better be at the haunted house to work tomorrow. She's firing you. I didn't work today. I didn't feel like it. I just hadn't been a good day.
Yeah.
So sorry for being grumpy, but
We'll get some shit done tomorrow.
hey, the fire's going. I need to go check on it.
Yes, we don't want the fucker burning down to the ground. That
It's
would
not going to
suck.
burn down. It was at the very middle of the tank where the can when I left it.
Ah, okay.
So it might burn out overnight, actually.
Throw some more shit on there and let it burn all night. Fuck it.
I don't know. That's all we got for this week. So
Stay evil, everybody. Bye.
Mr. Carl Lemley feels it would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. We are about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image without reckoning upon God. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you. Look, it's moving. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God. Where should we be if nobody tried to find out what lies beyond?